Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPS.
I'm Katie.
And we are on a toaster.
We're on a toaster.
At Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
You can't see this right now, but in order to get a way to film this tonight, we had to put the computer on a coaster. And hopefully you can hear us.
A coaster and a toaster.
A coaster and a toaster. But no other kind of coaster.
Whee!
Roller coaster. Yes. But we are here at Walt Disney World. What should people do, Katie?
You should go to geekscorner.live, and in there, there's going to be a little chat box where you can do.
And we will definitely see you because it's right here.
It's right in front of us.
That is true.
Don't worry.
Absolutely. And we have a lot to cover tonight. In fact, a week's worth, because we've been going around the world for the last 7 days at Walt Disney World. Well, 7 technically tomorrow, but that's totally fine. But it was for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, which was on Friday, and we came in early so that we could catch some of the 49th stuff, everything that came before the 50th. And yes, we're definitely having a blast. But before we get into 50th stuff, Katie, what did you think of all the things before the 50th? So Thursday.
49th.
Mm-hmm. 49th.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have probably heard me say this in the vlog a lot. I haven't been to Walt Disney World in 3 years. So a lot has changed, especially a lot in Epcot. I definitely had a hard time with a lot of Epcot being walls. I got caught in a few dead ends.
But only during the 49th. During the 50th,
only during the 49th.
Fine.
During the 50th, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I got a few dead ends, which I wasn't thrilled about. I was scared of the barges. Like, I was terrified of them.
In fact, you need to go watch that vlog if you haven't yet, because I saw them ahead of time and I didn't let Katie know what was going on.
I was confused.
And so I kept her blind until it was the proper moment.
I forgot that they existed up
Yes.
until that moment. I'm also seeing a Wi-Fi signal, so just let us know if something happens.
I see this every week. It's fine.
Oh, okay. So that was great. I loved getting to see Happily Ever After. I wish that I had gotten to see Epcot Forever. Tis what it is.
Thankfully, our buddy Roger filmed it for us. In fact, it was the last performance of it, so we have that up on our YouTube channel. You can check that out as well. Then Friday started the 50th, and we went to Epcot that day because why? I don't know.
It was also Epcot's birthday, and no one was paying attention to her. Everyone was paying attention to Magic Kingdom.
Exactly. And
so we went to Epcot.
Yeah, and it was fun. Actually, before the 50th happened, or 39th, depending on which way you want to look at it, we were able to see Harmonious early.
Oh, the day before.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. What a week it's been.
Yes.
Yes, that was the day before.
I guess we'll start with that. What did you think of Harmonious, Kate?
I really enjoyed Harmonious. We even caught little bits and pieces of it tonight as we were leaving Epcot. I just think it's a fun show. I don't know how well the energy of it translated into video. And I think that about a couple shows, which we're probably going to get into. I think it's beautiful. I think the music of it all is stunning. I love the art. I love the choices that they made. Most importantly, I loved hearing people all around the World Showcase get really excited about their language being represented or their culture or whatever it was. I think it's beautiful. It's a beautiful show. If you haven't seen it, give it a chance, because I know that there's a lot of buzz around Harmonious, but go in with an honest mind, and if you still don't like it, that's fine.
Well, you said it might not translate well to video, but did Illuminations Reflections of Earth translate well to video? I filmed it multiple times, and every time I go back and watch it at home, I always kind of wish there was a way to capture it better. So I just think when things are that far out in the middle of a big lake, or a lagoon in this case, it's really hard for anything to translate well, because it just doesn't have that same oomph factor that something like Happily Ever After, Disney Enchantment, Remember Dreams Come True, like traditional fireworks shows, for whatever reason, with an icon like a castle. Maybe it's because the castles just gives you something, so there's always something to look at. I don't know.
I think there's that easy nostalgia point with the castle.
Maybe it's that.
And even though our video has Spaceship Earth in the background, that's still farther away. And yes, it's involved in the show, which has been one of my favorite parts to watch with Harmonious as well. But I think the castle is just like an immediate, like,
I will say this. There's definitely some benefits to watching Harmonious from the Spaceship Earth side, looking back into World Showcase, because they have some fun lighting that's going on with the different, that's our ice machine. They have some fun lighting going on with the different pavilions that I had no clue when we were looking the other direction. And I thought that was pretty cool to see tonight. Yeah. I definitely give 2 thumbs up to Harmonious. I look forward to seeing it again. Yeah. I actually, one that I'd love to try taking photos of from different places with long exposures multiple times, just because I think there's a lot of different artistic things they have going on that really are a lot of fun. Also, go ahead. Were you going to add something?
No. What are you going to say also? I hope it's what I hope.
I don't know. What were you hoping?
Animal Kingdom.
Oh, yeah. We can go there next. So on, I was going to do Friday first.
No. You can do that. I was just hoping we were getting into shows.
So let's go to Friday first. Friday was the official 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, and what that really means is Friday was the biggest shopping day of the year for Walt Disney World.
It was. You would have thought it was Black Friday.
You would have thought it was absolutely insane. People were going crazy, mobbing, getting in lines, chasing after things, getting bags. It's. I'm not much of a shopper, and this is why.
So to explain how intense it was. We went into Emporium on the 2nd, not on the 1st, but on the 2nd. And we went at probably 8 or 9 at night. And it was still wall-to-wall people. And we were getting pushed. It was terrifying. And everything was like literally picked over.
And I would say in Epcot where we were, it was picked over within an hour.
Oh, yeah. Like, Creation Shop also had a line that was like quadrupled back.
And I will give Epcot cast members huge credit because they did a very good job of keeping that as organized and not too packed as you could possibly do. I thought, in fact, Epcot did a much better job than Magic Kingdom. What was the secret thing you guys got looking? Can't say. Can never say it. Secrets are secrets.
You'll find out when you find out. Well, all we can say is that when you find out, you'll know. But we're not going to be the ones to tell you.
There you go. That is true.
Mystery.
So that was on the official 50th, which we actually got very lucky on the 50th, is we got to be in both Epcot and also Magic Kingdom coverage for the 50th.
Both birthday girls.
Yeah, so both were covered, and by the end of the night on the 50th, we had video of both Harmonious and also Disney Enchantment, which we got to see the following night.
No.
2 nights later? What night did we see
the next day.
Okay, that's what I thought. But we'll just hit that right now. Disney Enchantment is another fantastic show that they put together, and I've seen lots of different comments online about it in the last couple of days. But the thing I will say is this: it's a solid show that's timeless, and maybe it's not exactly a 50th show like Disneyland Forever or Remember for the 60th and the 50th at Disneyland, but you think of how long people save to go to Walt Disney World. Maybe it's a good thing that it's not going to only last 18 months. This could be a show that could last multiple years and give people time to be like, oh, I saw that show on YouTube. I want to see it in person. I can save up for 2, 3, 4 years and come and see it. And I think it's one that will last 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years because it really does have a nice collection of different Disney stories, music, and the projections are great as well. We saw it from the hub, and it was fantastic and really a great show. And I look forward to seeing that one again too, and taking pictures of that from somewhere else with a tripod, because that would make it much more fun. What do you think of it?
I thought the music for Enchantment was wonderful. I loved to see the range of movies that they had represented. I love that there was some newer Pixar titles in there that made me super happy. Like seeing Soul and Luca were things that I was not expecting to see in a new fireworks show. Mm-hmm. I also think that either way Walt Disney World played it, they were going to have criticism. If it was a 50th show, like Remember Dreams Come True, they're going to say, you just copied Disneyland. Why didn't Walt Disney World get its own show? And I think that this is something really special. Because at the end of the day, what I remember the most about Remember Dreams Come True is the Haunted Mansion segment and watching it with my parents. Because I was 9 or 10 when the 50th was going. So that's what's most special to me. And I think that giving families those connection points are going to be what's making the vacation or the trip or the visit or whatever it is. And so I think that that's honestly might be what's more important.
And I think they did that with Disney Enchantment and with Harmonious.
100%.
Like, and Harmonious is just going to get better with time because currently most of the world can't get to Walt Disney World. And so you did have videos that were sent in and music sent in from around the globe to pull this show together musically. I think they said 100 different places or something like that. But you think of how people are going to see clips of this, hear things about this, and from around the world, whether you're in, I don't know, Kenya or Australia or wherever. And it's going to be something where you can come and you can connect. And it really, I think, makes Epcot that much more accessible to people, both from the United States and globally as well, which I think is going to, at the long run, it's going to make Epcot that much better because honestly, at the end of the day, it's a business. It's going to make more money. That means they're going to invest more in it. And that means better things for us, like really cool lighting packages.
I think that Harmonious is just at the core of what Epcot's about. It's about people from all around the world coming together and celebrating the things that make us different and the things that we can bond over and relate to each other with. I think the show's stunning. I think that while I miss Illuminations, and I will always miss Illuminations, I think that this is a worthy successor.
And it's more accessible.
It's 100% more accessible because
but it is.
It's something that we talked about is after Illuminations, especially if it was a family on like their first trip, they would walk away from Illuminations going, what did we just watch? I don't get it.
I think I walked away in the middle of it the first time I saw it. I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, it was a show that it took you a few times to really love it. But Harmonious, automatically you have families going, oh my gosh, Coco was in it, Tiana was in it. All these things that families love and they've seen together and experienced together over the years. And they have those immediate connection points. I was like thinking through in my head the difference in chatter of the crowds between the two shows. And Harmonious was just so fun. And you heard all the kids going, yeah, I saw it. Insert whoever here. I loved it. I think it's super fun. I also super love that there's elements of Illuminations that made it back into Harmonious. Elements that I did not expect to see.
That were very good.
That were very, very good.
Yeah,
so.
Great show. Other great shows are the Beacons of Magic that you can see every night at every park. They've got that at Cinderella Castle at Magic Kingdom, Spaceship Earth at Epcot, Tree of Life at Disney Animal Kingdom, and then there is Tower of Terror at Disney's Hollywood Studios. We got video of all of those as well. These are just really quick, cute moments that kind of bring together the whole. That's actually the 50th celebration. Is they're talking about bringing everybody together, and that they focus more on the 50th than anything. That any of the nighttime spectaculars did, and that's just I think what they've chosen to do in this regard. They're varying level of success, I think, on that. I think that probably the hardest to translate was probably the Disney's Animal Kingdom one, where it just didn't quite connect for me in the same way that the others did. But you know what? People seem to really enjoy it around us, and they camped out for it and seem to love it. And I think it's a great little extra tidbit that they add into the night that, especially at Magic Kingdom and Epcot, that you should definitely check out because Spaceship Earth looks fantastic. With those new lights, which I was a little bit worried about, and seeing them in person though, and taking pictures of them and seeing the sparkles and the magic, it's pretty impressive.
Beacons of Magic, especially when there's a monorail going by, because the monorails did all get a new lighting package where they have corresponding LED lights underneath the body that match obviously the color of the monorail. Stunning. I could seriously sit there in the courtyard, watch the pylons, watch Spaceship Earth, watch monorails go by. I could do that for hours.
Well, and the real story with all of these is Walt Disney World played the long game.
Yeah, 100%.
This is not about just the 50th anniversary. This is a stepping off into the next 50 years. And so when you look at what they're doing with everything. It's not plastering everything. Yes, there's merchandise. Yes, there's some other stuff that says 50, but it's not like Disneyland, where Disneyland, they just went, hey, let's put everything we possibly can on our castle. Let's 50 this, 50 that, 50 everything. And in here, it was much more yes, there's some 50s, but really, like Epcot, the big celebration is the transformation of Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's 50th merchandise in creations, but you look at what they're really pushing is that big white corner where they've got all of these new, I don't even know what to call them. Like, it's mostly white and gray merchandise that's celebrating. Like, that's what's getting the prime location as you're walking into creation. And it'll be really interesting to see how, as the next 18 months go,
mm-hmm.
like how that builds, because I actually think as much as this is a celebration of the 50th, it's much more about, we've made it 50 years. Let's go to the next 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to add something. I thought I saw you raise your hand.
Yes. I was going to touch on something else that was 50th related. It's a little bit of a deviation, something we haven't talked about, but you brought up Disneyland. It reminded me. So Disneyland, we had the 50 golden hidden Mickeys around Disneyland. Walt Disney World has 50 golden character statues,
They're
which
awesome.
I think is a little bit better. And there's even a game of trying to figure out where all 50 are.
Which, as you do it, you see people trying to find them, and I will flat out say we found all 50 of them, and many cast members that we tried to get help from have not.
Because some of them are very difficult to find.
Yeah.
You'll see. We're posting a video where
Bailey, we will send you pictures of Spaceship Earth if that is what you would like.
We took a lot, but it's a fun little scavenger hunt. I just think that they are classy. I think that they're fun.
I hope they stay.
I would love to see them stay in some capacity. My favorite by far, and I said it in the video and I'll say it again, is the Joe Gardner golden statue.
That one's pretty cool.
In Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm not going to tell you where because maybe you like the surprise.
Scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt. But it's stunning. And I think that all of them capture the characters really well. They put them in a place. Figment, I feel like, should have been the Imagination Pavilion. But the rest of them, they put them in a place that's like stunning and beautiful and complements the statues really, really nicely. One of my favorite things is like Bo Peep and Woody are life size, which I was not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. I really love the golden statues. I wasn't expecting to be blown away. I thought they were a little bit silly, especially when they were each getting individual announcements. I was like, oh gosh, why are we doing this for statues? But they're really fun.
They are. They're a blast.
Really love them.
Speaking of other really fun things when it comes to entertainment, is the surprise hit of this 50th anniversary celebration is Disney Kite Tales.
Woo!
And if you'd have asked me even a week ago if one of the highlights of the 50th anniversary celebration is a show with kites in it over water,
Kites and jet skis.
I'd have been like, okay, whatever. I will flat out tell you, this is one of the most fun things you will ever get to do. And there's absolutely no way that it'll translate to video because you just aren't immersed in the energy, the excitement, the music, the wind and the water. Like, you don't know what's going to happen in this show. And even when it goes well, it looks like it might be a train wreck because they have to get the kites down somehow. And that's the part that they just did not communicate that first day. So every time you see things crashing, it looks like things are going wrong, when really that's just the end of the segment. But it makes it way more fun. And the kites don't always stay in the air, just like when we take kites to the beach or whatever. And I think that is, and I wrote this in the article too, is not only do they not stay in the air, they're trying to keep these things going in windy Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They're also building a lot of waves with the jet skis that the jet skis are now jumping through.
Mm-hmm.
And the kites sometimes get low to those waves. Yeah. And it creates some really fun, exciting, unexpected energy that you don't expect to ever have in a Disney theme park, where everything is so structured and so like, this is going to happen, then this is going to happen, this contingency for that, and whatever. But this is like, you just have to go and see it and watch it, and you need to be on the Dino Land side of the theater to watch it. Like we watched from the other side, it's not the same. You have to be on the Dinoland side. You have to have the land-based kite people all around you. And then you have to have like Baloo, Louie, Simba, Pumbaa, who else is Zazu. You have to see the amount of risk going into all of this. And you have to give Disney credit for doing something this far out of the box, because honestly, if it came to my desk, I'd probably say no, because you just can't control it well enough for it to be safe. And but they did it anyway, and it's a blast.
So we watched it. We watched the soft opening.
We could have watched it all day.
We watched the soft opening the day before the 50th officially started. We only got to see half of it. We watched it from the dining area.
That one really did crash.
It really did crash. We watched half of it. We were like, that's really fun. We're looking forward to when we get to see it on Sunday.
Yep.
And, we were kind of bummed things didn't work. But my thought was like, oh, cute show. Kind of looks like a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. But I like it.
But faster.
It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
And then we watched it from the seating area, and I was blown away. Mainly because, yes, there's the energy of the cast members on the jet skis. There's the excitement of what's going on in front of you, because you really never know what's going to happen.
It's hilarious.
Jet skis don't do the same thing twice. But the cast members that have the handheld puppets that are in the crowd take so much pride and excitement in what they do.
It is so good.
And even they are like laughing when Baloo takes a dip into the water.
And they have announcements now when things don't work right.
Which I love.
So it keeps the show going as opposed to having to cancel it. And that was really good too. But I will flat out say this is something you just don't want to miss, and you got to experience it.
It's amazing.
And also to whoever was sitting behind me asking if that was Mr. Daps, yes, it was.
Yeah.
And next time, say hi.
It's not enough to just go, is that Mr. Daps?
Because yes,
he will not do anything.
I usually do hear that, and if you do say Mr. Daps in the park, I will respond to it, because that's what my ear is tuned for. Let's also talk, because we're getting a request in the chat, about Space 220. There's lots of different food options that we could talk about this week, but Space 220, you go on a journey 220 miles above Epcot to eat American food, actually. Space American food. That's right. But so you get in this elevator, this space elevator, and it takes you up, and it actually does feel like it's moving, which was really fun. And we're going to give you the truncated review just because I'm watching our time. But you never know. Geeks Corner Plus happens once in a while. But anyway, you go on up to the space station, and you go on out of this airlock thing, and then they've got lettuce growing in this spinning hydroponic. Well, what's the tunnel called, though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just living with the land.
So then you walk around the corner, and you go into this big dining room lounge thing where you see space out the window, and you see spaceships, and you see astronauts, and you see X-Wings and lightsabers and
dogs.
Earth and a guy walking his dog.
The Milano.
Yes, there's a ton of really cool things that you see there.
Awesome.
And it really is an immersive, fun thing that somebody had a grand old time coming up with and making a reality. It very much reminded me, anybody who's watched Star Trek, of 10 Forward.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you could just change the scene a little bit, and you'd be like, 10 Forward, there you go. Living with the Land is still there, by the way.
We did it today.
But we did.
I just really wanted a very wise barkeep to give me advice at Space 220.
That would have been very, but we didn't go to the lounge, so maybe there was one over there. But you get to have, they have like steak, they have salmon. They have
tartare.
Tartare was an appetizer. Calamari is an appetizer. All of it was very good. To me, on a very hot day, there was a tuna tartare, and that was what I had for my appetizer.
It was so nice.
And it was a very nice contrast to the heat of the day, and I thought that was really good. The flat iron steak was really good. I think we both had that, if I remember correctly. And
our whole table, it was a table of 6. We all got either steak or salmon. That's why we can't really name any other entrees.
And everybody was 100% happy. It tasted great.
Yes.
And the drinks were fun too.
Yeah.
Like I had a blue bubbly fizzy thing that was
We
a
got
blast.
the experience drinks. So I got the drink they pour over cotton candy, which was like Prosecco and something else that they pour over cotton candy. They make it all beautiful. You got a drink with like glitter and bubbles and space dust.
I didn't know there was glitter in it, but okay.
Magic.
But yeah, it was very fun. Like it felt nice. It was a good, no, we did not lose gravity. It was a good pacing, I felt like, for the meal. There was lots to look at. It wasn't too loud in there. In fact, I can't even remember the music, if there was any in there.
I don't remember there being any.
Yeah, I don't remember it either. That's surprising. I do remember something. There was music there. Okay, there was music in there, I'm getting told. But it's a blast. Like it really is a fun thing. It's probably not something that you do every time you go. I would be, if it was in California, it'd be one of those things that I would do when people from out of town showed up. Sure. Like it's kind of a special thing. Yes, you can get trading cards if you order a mocktail. We had two people at our table. Vlog, Roger talks about the trading cards that he got. But
the white ones are rare.
2 thumbs up for that. It was very fun. It's one of those things I don't know I would pay that price just for the food, but because it's coupled with the experience, totally worth it. I would say the same for Riviera, which we had breakfast at this morning at Topolino Terrace. And same thing, where like the food was great. Characters are great. Combination of the two, I thought, made for a good value.
And the view. The view was wonderful.
But if it was just the food, I'd probably be like, I'm not sure if I'd go all the way with this. But because it's the combination of them all, I thought they did a really nice job. What else did we hit this week that I'm spacing?
There's a new cavalcade.
There are there's a lot of new things that focus on the Magic is Calling You song. But yeah,
the band sing it.
The band played it. Piano played it. Everybody's doing it.
It's fun. It's a fun little song. It's also on Spotify or Apple Music now. So if you want to listen to The Magic is Calling, if you would like The Magic to call you and you'd like to pick it up, it's there. You can listen to it. It's fun. It's a very catchy song. It's been stuck in my head a lot. But I will say, and I posted about this on Twitter, that and Welcome to Our Family Time, which was Disneyland's 50th, they sound very similar in my head. And so I
think that's intentional.
No. Anyway, there was a couple times where I was like, is this Welcome to Our Family Time? Especially because it's still so ingrained in Disneyland's culture today, 15 years later.
That is very true.
Yeah.
So that was that. I'm trying to think of what else were the big things we had. Oh,
Muppets.
Ratatouille. No, not Muppets. That was a blast, and it was great to see.
The pre-show's great.
Pre-show is great. Can't wait for October 8th.
Ratatouille.
To watch Muppets Most Wanted. Ratatouille. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure actually is what it is called. We did go an experience a couple days ago and got our boarding groups, got to go on that. What did you think of that attraction very quickly?
Wee Wee Baguette. I thought it was really fun. I love trackless attractions because I think that they are a great addition. I think that this is great that now families have a trackless dark ride that they can experience together in the United States because the only trackless ride that we have is Rise of the Resistance and Disneyland, which isn't really family oriented. So this is just a fun attraction. I love that they kept the balance of English and French. It's fun. The whole vibe of the attraction is fun. The queue is fun. I love the entire new area that they added to the France Pavilion with the creperie and the whole fountain, all those things. I think it's a really special attraction. And I loved it.
Yeah, I thought they did a really nice job. I wasn't distracted by the screens, which I was a little bit worried about. And the music's fun. The queue is really fun. It surprised me how immersive the queue was, and it built the story as you're walking through it, going on the rooftops of Paris. And that was actually one of the more pretty parts of the attraction was before you're even on the attraction, which was a blast. And next time we got to go to the creperie because we didn't have time this time. So we were
running nonstop.
Yeah, it was a little bit busy, but that's okay. That's what happens at Walt Disney World. And we've also just very quickly been staying at the Fort Wilderness cabins, campgrounds, whatever you want to call this place. And 2 thumbs up for that. Really liked it. We're able to get into the parks very quickly, whether it was by boat or by bus.
This is some of the best transportation I've experienced at Walt Disney World
It really
Resort.
surprised me. And then also we had a golf cart / cabin cart / campground cart, which was a blast. And we loved that as well. But it is 12 o'clock here on the East Coast, and we are running out of time. So, Katie, what should people do?
Well, thank you for tuning in to Geeks Corner Plus. Your credit card will be automatically charged. And while we do that, go to dapsmagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, and subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss a thing.
And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we've got a ton of videos going up from this week. It'll probably take a while to get them all up, and you don't want to miss any of them. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you round the corner.
Bye.